Let's start. Why and how much you can save by living on a houseboat depends primarily on three conditions, namely if your houseboat is stationary or movable, and in which state you live in. There are many different types of savings to consider, in order to reduce your monthly and yearly costs. Some are related to maritime law, state law and statutes, tax law, and some are vessel type and lifestyle dependent. Research the 4 pertinent laws in your state. I can only give you the example of Florida, where I live. Regarding the vessel type, and the desired lifestyle, you might find some food for thought. Therefore, but not only, it makes sense to make sure that your houseboat is a moving houseboat, as such it is considered a recreational vessel, and not a floating home, which can be taxable with property taxes, and be subject to the local building codes. Owners who live on their recreational vessel, aka movable houseboat, can claim it as their primary residence, and therefore also the primary residence tax benefits that come with this designation. In order to qualify, your vessel must have at least 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, a kitchen and a living area, as well as the confirmation that you live there. You can have your mail address to your vessel, you can list your houseboat as the address on your driver's license, and you can have your tax returns mailed to your vessel. Under Florida law, boaters who use their vessels for navigation, even if only occasionally, cannot be restricted from anchoring by a local jurisdiction, city or county, outside of permitted mooring fields. Cities and counties are expressly forbidden to enact, continue in effect, or enforce any ordinance or local regulation. Regulating the anchoring of vessels, other than live-aboard vessels outside of the marked boundaries of mooring fields, where live-aboard vessel has new meanings, is not allowed. See Florida Statutes 327 and 328. Full-time active cruisers who live and sleep on their vessels, with no permanent residence on land, are no longer considered liveaboards under this law. As a result, their anchoring cannot be regulated by local governments. It is no longer relevant that the vessel is a boater's legal residence. That term has been removed from the statute. While the laws and statutes regarding your recreational vessel are an important part, but vary from state to state, and therefore must be considered very closely, the type of boat or houseboat you'd like to live on is a personal decision, but may be more important in terms of living and operating cost. A. Living space. The need of larger or smaller living space aboard obviously depends on the size of the family, lifestyle and available monetary resources, but it is easy to see that the roominess of a catamaran-style vessel is superior to a monohull Type 1. B. Draft, which is important in regard of navigation and anchoring. Here the catamaran-style boats win again, because of the usually much shallower draft can go closer to the shore or can navigate in much shallower waters. C. Engine/motor size. Mono-hulls need more power for propulsion than catamarans, even if most of manufactured boats are overpowered, which makes no sense, as usually the displacement, hull speed can be achieved with a fraction of the power installed, and using more power does not result in gain of velocity, but only in crazy consumption, which translates in unnecessary expenditure. Overpowering also means that you add weight to the vessel, which increases the draft and therefore worsens the fluid dynamics, but not only, it also means that the engine is not running in the best RPM region of its power curve, which means wear and tear. D. In order to reduce operating and maintenance cost, it is advisable to get electric or hybrid electric propulsion. The advantages of solar electric or hybrid electric propulsion with an appropriately sized battery bank, which serves both the propulsion and house load, are various. E. To be widely independent to use the commodities of a marina, it is also a very good idea to have a water maker aboard, which allows to skip marina services, increases independency, and provides you with the luxuries of living on land, drinking water, shower, washing machine, etc. F. Buying versus building yourself. This depends definitely on your capabilities but is a very important cost factor. This episode should only be seen as an introduction to the legal, technological, physical, and lifestyle approaches to save money by alternative living on a boat or houseboat, and therefore be more affordable than compared to living on land, especially at a time where property taxes, land and construction costs, local permitting cost, as well as renting cost are skyrocketing. If you have questions, please ask them in the comments. We will try to answer as best and as soon as possible. There will be future follow-up episodes on this particular theme, which will also include answers to your questions. If you are interested, please like, subscribe and hit the bell button in order to get informed when new content is released.